Intertek S3901 Impulse in the test. Not long ago, the German company Intertek introduced two new cases. In addition to the S3901 Impulse, which will be discussed in more detail in this report, the manufacturer also presented the case S3906 Renegade, which we also subjected to a practical test. Both models are advertised as suitable for high-end systems, and visually particularly outstanding housing. Whether this promise based on the Impulse housing can be kept, the following test report should clarify. Visually, the housing wants to impress with its RGB elements and the large side window, which allows a comprehensive view of the interior. In fact, it is a comparatively conspicuous model, which always attracts attention. On the front there are two RGB strips that can be pulled into the lid and illuminated as desired. In addition, the side window allows a view of the interior, where even a RGB LED fan is pre-assembled. Overall, it is therefore a relatively colorful sight. The case lights up in various places. Meanwhile, the lighting is controlled via a digital 3-pin connector on the installed main board or via an LED button. The coloring and the lighting effects can therefore be adapted to the individual preferences of the respective user, which is certainly advantageous. Externally and internally, the case is otherwise painted black, which creates a pleasant contrast to the colorful lighting of the RGB elements. All in all, the case is quite appealing. Intertek keeps the promise of an illuminated, sophisticated design device in every case. The processing of the case seems to us immaculate in the test. The paint looks extremely professional, deviations or smudges are not recognizable at any point of the housing. The case seems to be processed completely error-free. Sharp edges or poorly processed transitions are not noticeable in the test. We do not like it so much that the black of the right side wall does not match that of the plastic strips and the material thickness is relatively weak, but definitely can still be described as sufficient. The housing offers comparatively wide possibilities of system construction and convinces at the same time by an RGB emphasized design with large side window made of tempered glass. The processing of the MIDI tower is mostly good. High-end systems can be realized in this housing. Both positively and negatively we noticed a combined control unit for RGB lighting and fans. The RGB lighting can be controlled by switch or via the motherboard, which is very good. Due to the proprietary connections, however, currently no further devices can be connected. The same applies to the fans, so it currently has to stay with the one RGB fan. Only 4 3-pin fans without lighting can be connected. Also, a transmission of the control signal from the motherboard would have been great here. Given the price of the Intertek S3901 Impulse, however, that is complaining of a high level. The price-performance ratio of the eye-catching mid-range case is good and thus it can recommend in good conscience.